kind of dark in the mechanical closet, but we have our lights on. Have our light switches on. Just don't have any luminaries. No luminaries today. Just kind of makes working on this stuff kind of dangerous, but we'll do what we can. This is the indoor air handler that's up here. They're calling it System 14, and I'm having trouble matching this up. This 3 indoor air handlers we're about to view. I'm having a little trouble matching these 3 up. So I am going to do the best I can. It might match up when I start laying stuff out at home. Otherwise, I'm calling this unit number 48 because I am using these coded numbers here. So for me it's 48, for them it's 14. It's an electric indoor air handler. Okay, it's a Train. Got it over here. We'll get the date on that. It's suspended. What we don't have is a safety pan. We do not have a safety pan. What we do not have is a secondary drain line. What we have is a primary drain line with a shallow P-trap. It does have a P-trap. It is a shallow P-trap. It's not insulated. We've got air leaks at the filter access. They're claiming that we have a 4-inch filter, and I'm only seeing a 1-inch filter there. So, you know, some of us get mixed up. We sure do. So because it's electric, we do have a disconnect right here. So that's a good thing. Our refrigerant piping is fairly insulated. The insulation is compromised right up there at the ceiling. Okay. We've got old gray flexible duct. This has been settled in a class action lawsuit because it falls apart. It does stuff like that. Goes apart. We lose our sheathing, or lose our insulation on our air duct. We've got cloth tape used to seal. There isn't any mastic on these. Any mastic under there? Got mastic under the new stuff. No mastic on the old stuff. And then, when you see dust and mildew on the air supply register for this room like this, okay, when you see that, that's a clue. And that tells you that you're slinging water. So this unit is slinging water. It's not producing well. I'm not sure exactly which room it goes to. It just cycled off. I had all the thermostats turned down as far as I could get them. Some of them. See, that's called a clue. That's called a clue. Alright, so I was able to, not counting the window unit in the office, but I was able to view 1, 2, 3, 4 air handlers, and actually I was able to view 5, see 5. I was only able to inspect 4. Okay, what's going on? Is that my battery? Yep. Different battery though. We're good. They're calling this unit number 12. I'm calling it unit number 33 for the time being. It's inside this room, and I don't know if this air handler is for this room. Okay, because this room feels hot. This room feels hot. And we're getting our combustible air from, I know this is a commercial property, but we're getting our combustible air from our living space. Okay, our combustible and our makeup air from the living space. It's supposed to draw from the exterior. It's not supposed to draw from the living space. The other one, it didn't count because it's electric. This is gas. And we should have, I mean, these old brass gas valves, it's our time. You should have a handle on that so that you can turn it off. And then right here, see this flexible gray flex? Okay, that's been obsolete for a long, long time. Alright, we got problems with that stuff leaking, blowing up school, stuff like that. Speaking of leaking, you can see our evaporator coil is leaking right onto the floor. We do not have a safety pan. We do not have a safety pan, I guess. And then there's our air. So I don't know what to tell you. We got a little bit of insulation on our evaporator coil drain line, but we do not have a P-trap. Do not have a P-trap. I guess it goes into an open. It's supposed to be P-trap's supposed to be closer anyway. Why not? It's been all taped up. The evaporator coil is old, and I'll get a better date from you, but from the data plate, I'll get a better date for that. I'm not seeing care and use manuals for any of these things. And another thing that's kind of interesting to note is we do not have an electric service disconnect for this unit. So it claims that we got 4 10 by 20 by 1 air filters in this guy. It's kind of hard to keep track of them. Alright, and then I got a third one. And then I'll change batteries in my recorder. In here in the IT room, that's the computer room over there. We've got one, it's also gas. We've got a flexible gas connector going inside the cabinet. Now I understand that there's been some recent developments where they allow the flexible to go inside the cabinet as long as it's protected. Okay, so I'm going to say unprotected flexible entering the cabinet. Let me go back here for a moment. I just want to prove my point, jumping around, because I'm a jumper. Not only is that not approved, we do not have a gas sediment trap. There, I said it. Maybe that's why we have the carbon monoxide alarms up here, is because, see this one right here? Same thing. It's gas. We got the air supply right there. Oh, that one's sealed off. And they opened it up over there, kind of sealed. You sealed off. You got to breathe some kind of way. I was wondering why they had the carbon monoxide alarms up here. They have them up here because of these units. Because they're not ventilated properly. That was a workaround. That was a hack. We do not have electric disconnect. This unit, we're calling it number 47. They call it number 17. There's a data plate right there. Unprotected gas line entering the furnace. Does not have a sediment trap. We do have an insulated P-trap for this. We do not have a secondary drain. And it's just draining right down here. Look at this. It's kind of cute. It's just draining like that. You get some foil. Make yourself a little funnel. Foil funnel. Well, that works. That works. I don't know if it works at your house, your home, your business.